Welcome into the Rob and Kale Show. I am Rob Sanders, coming to you from Columbia, South Carolina, where the South Carolina Gamecocks this evening are taking it on the chin from 5th-ranked Alabama, losing by about 17 with about a minute and some change to go. My podcast co-host is in the upstate. He is Mr. Carolina Jackpot, Kale Hall. Kale, how are you, sir?
I am better than I deserve, Rob. How are you doing this evening?
I am well. I spoke to our friend Dennis Wilson this evening, and he said that since you live in the fabulous land of Simpsonville and you are actually going to get some snow on Friday, and his children want to see snow, and my children want to see snow, that we're coming to your house, and we're going to sleep on the floor. He said he wanted to make sure that you had s'mores, and he wants a foot rub. So we'll be there Friday evening about 5 o'clock.
That all sounds good. If you want s'mores, tell him he's got a Food Line MVP card. He can go get some materials to make s'mores.
Are you going to have to fire for us, Jackpot?
Foot rub is absolutely doable, though. So,
all right. Well, as long as he gets his foot rub, that's all that matters. But hey, we're preparing for some.
Foot rub's free. S'more stuff I have to pay for, and the price of chocolate bars, they're not going down. You know what I'm saying?
It's sort of like when you go to McDonald's on the menu, the old menu used to say smiles are free. Foot rubs are free at Jackpot's house. All right. Anyway.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm telling you, it's colder than a damn well digger's ass out there. I went and rolled the trash out to the curb a second ago. Holy shit.
Very cool.
I'm like, I don't know how people that are homeless, I mean, I don't know how to make it, you know?
Excuse me. Anyway, it is cold here in Columbia, too. I think it's like going to get down to 22 degrees tonight. Look at us acting like old men here. But 22.
Hey. Oh, that's beach weather. It's going to get down to at least 18 here.
Well, you need to go out and get that thong ready and get on down here and do your thing, sir.
Yeah. Exactly. How cold is it going to get tonight? It's, we're acting like it's, 21 here tonight. So, yeah, we're close. Yeah, we're acting like it's just, the coldest thing ever. But, I mean, it is. Anybody that lives in the Pigeon Forge, Tennessee area, apparently it is snowing there right now and 23 freaking degrees outside.
Can we take a minute here, Jackpot?
Look at it.
Yeah, the game is well in hand here, but Nate Oates still has his guys fucking taking 3-point shots with a minute to go, and I know that should be the.
Well, I'm not surprised. He's a dick.
Nate Oates is a fucking dick, and I just wanted to put that out there at the start of the program. I hope Alabama loses again in the Sweet 16, or whatever. And you know what? It hurts my feelings that Clemson lost to them last year because this team, damn, they pissed me off.
That football game I went to in October, they honored their Final Four team at halftime, and brought the team out there on the football field, and he was there. Still had the same stupid fucking jacket on too.
Fuck him and the
88-68 now. God.
Yeah, anyway, 20-point loss there for the Gamecocks. 2 SEC blowouts in a row. But, Jackpot, we got to give – I know this sounds like I'm silly here, but Lamont Paris's team seem to play better as the season goes on. Yes, you're 0-2 in conference play, but you played two teams that are probably the best two of the top 5 teams in conference. I think that's fair to say.
Well, it's not going to get any easier for them. It looks like Florida's probably the best team. Well, either Alabama, Auburn, or Florida is probably one of the better teams. They got to play Florida twice. They play them 2 times in 2 weeks coming up. So
I was trying to give you some relief there, Jackpot, but I think they'll be better as the season goes on. I really do. Clemson, by the way, went up. Well, that's true. Clemson, by the way, went up to Louisville last night and got their shit kicked in as they lost by double digits to the Cardinals. I thought Clemson was going to win that game. I really did. And they just went up there and played flat. The key to Clemson winning is Wiggins. Wiggins has to have double digits and Clemson wins. If Wiggins is off, the team goes to shit. You can look at their records. When he gets double digits, Clemson wins every game.
So I guess it's safe to say that Louisville is a basketball skew again.
Oh, Jesus. Well, they finally got
Billy, and we've got a couple of them already that have got in here, says Florida beat the hell out of Tennessee last night. I like that. The Vol fans, you ever notice how they always do damage control? Like when they got their shit kicked in by Ohio State, they were the first ones to get in chats over here on the internet. Hey, we lost Ohio State tonight, y'all. You say, so that nobody can head them off at the pass in terms of making fun of them. Right. They always come prepared, So you kind of got to like that about the Tennessee man. Yeah, I bet they're hell if they have to survive in a desert. I bet they're ready for it.
I think that, to be honest with you, though, I didn't think that Florida was going to handle them like that. I mean, and weren't we talking about Florida's coach sexually assaulting people, and now?
Yeah, I guess that's all conveniently. I guess that's what's been put on the back burner or something. Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, I mean, hell, just sexually assault people, but keep on with the season here.
Well, he was sexually assault. Well, he was sending pics of his junk, I guess. And
they call that sexual assault. Yeah.
I mean, it's not. He ain't go rape anybody or nothing, did he?
Yeah, and there was no raping there, but I don't know.
Jeez.
All right, look. Big Barney Ross from the Kentucky Blue Balls channel says, go ahead and put Benjamin on South Carolina to beat Kentucky at Rupp Arena. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. Jackpot, let's talk transfer portal for a second. Big players coming in for South Carolina. And I called you today about this kid coming in from Alabama for Clemson. And it's like Clemson fans are losing their shit about this guy.
Oh yeah, I mean everybody who does Clemson YouTube has made a video about it, and they're calling Dabo. Somebody called him the Portal King, and okay. Well, he took 3 players. He's the Portal King.
Well, he's got 4. I think he's got 4. But the point here's the point though. We don't know how great of a portal coach.
This dude will help, and the receiver that they got from Missouri State or whatever.
I thought there was one more. Maybe I'm just blah blah blah. But either way, he's the third, so it's 3, not 4. My fault. So here's the thing. The third one is this former 5-star prospect from Alabama, Jeremiah Alexander, was the number 1 rated edge rusher out of high school in 2022. Played with he was a high school teammate of Peter Woods down in Alabama. Decided to go to Alabama. Plays 2 seasons there, right? But the crazy thing with this Jackpot is that he was a fucking special teams player. The guy has 9 tackles in 2 seasons. 7 of those tackles were on special teams. Not that special teams is not important, Okay. But the reality is, and you said it best, I'll give you credit for it. Nick Saban and DeBoer both had this kid and couldn't get more than 9 fucking tackles out of him in 2 seasons. Let's
So
just slow the roll
did you
just
say
a
he
little
was
bit.
high school class
This
of
isn't fun.
22?
Yeah, 2022.
So that makes him a senior, right? Or junior?
And he's got 2 years. He's got 2 years of eligibility left.
So 22, 23, 20. So he must have took a redshirt year. Huh.
Either way, he says he's got 2 years left. And
well, maybe he just needs developed. He just needs developed. That's it.
That's fine, but people are talking about this guy's the next, and they're just inserting all these great names here and there. I'm more excited about the kid from Purdue because he actually put up meaningful stats in games and looked like a dominant defensive end the last 5 games of the season. So
yeah, and he was playing for a really bad team. So, I mean, if he's surrounded by good talent, I mean, geez,
I just think it's just. I think Clemson fans right now are so ecstatic that Dabo Swinney actually went to the portal that they're thinking he's going to hit home run after home run, and let's just let him get there first, and then go from there before we start anointing him as the next best great Clemson defensive end. Let's hold on.
Red Devil said he was class of 21. Good Lord. Some of these guys are – how long is it before we're going to start having college players sign NIL deals with Ben Gay? I mean, seriously.
I don't
know. None of these guys, they're going to – I mean, we've already got junior – now junior college doesn't count towards your eligibility anymore. So that means you can take 2 junior college years and then come in as a freshman in terms of your eligibility, maybe not academically, but in terms of your eligibility as a freshman, and then play, and you get to be a red shirt. So hell, you could play for 7 years.
Yeah.
And then if the COVID breaks out again and we have to do another 2020 season, that'd get you 8 years. We're going on a decade here playing football. How about
I get where you're at. TigerNet says that he's been there. He was a 2022 class. I don't know. Not trying to throw shade at Virginia Red Devil there, or Tiger Red Devil there, but I don't know. But let's just hold the fuck on for a minute. Yeah. Let's just hold the fuck on for a minute before we start anointing guys the best damn thing ever. All right. That's anyway, jackpot. I've got, by the way, I have the standings here for the Callaway's Bowl Pick'em Challenge.
Mm-hmm.
And let me see. I'm trying to get it where it'll look good on the website. So I'm trying to, I'll show them to you, but let me pull them up really quick here. Leading the way with 3 games left, not that one. Eddie Blackburn with the super chat. Can you read that there, buddy?
Yes, it says Jackpot South Carolina alumni here, old 50-year-old here. Love the channel. Greetings from Conway, South Kakalaki. Found you a while back. You guys take care of Gamecocks. Go Cox, Eddie. Thank you for the super chat, brother. I really appreciate that. Very generous of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. We appreciate all. All right, let's see here. I think I got it right here. Let me see if I can. All right, so so for some reason, let me see if I can sort these really quick here. Sort column. After 39 games, we have a 2-way tie for first place. Let me show you this here so you guys can see it. And we'll go from there. Let's see here if I can share this screen here. There we go. All right, there it is. All right, so if you look there, Jackpot, let me take him off the super chat off there. All right. So leading the way is Mr. Carolina Jackpot with
Woo!
25 points, but he's tied with Mountain Mama, who has 25 points. She got 16 in the first round, but Jackpot went 12 for 13 in the second round.
12 for 13, y'all. That's almost like perfection there, you know. I know we shit the bed on the one Monday night, though. Unfortunately,
you did.
Old North Dakota State got me. Fucking got me.
So we have 3 games left right now.
Mm-hmm.
So in theory, you've got what? Let's see here. Hoghead's still in it. Hamilton Vols still in it. Caleb Smith is still in it. Because if they get all 3 of them right and Jackpot misses all 3, or Mountain Mama, they're still in it. After that, though, it's you're kind of fishing, to be honest with you. But we got 3 games left, and that's where we stand in the Callaway's Bowl Pick'em Challenge right now. If you look down to the bottom, I got 14 out of 26. I had a shitty bowl season. Jackpot got almost as many total in the second round that I had total overall. Pretty
God,
crazy.
I bodied you.
No shit. By the way, the winner of the Golden Penis as of right now, if we had a penis for this challenge, would be our buddy Dennis Wilson, because he got 12 correct.
Well, I mean, I can't think of anyone more deserving and more fitting to have the bronze cock. So congratulations, Dennis.
Yeah, well, there you go. All right, so yeah, I know Biscuit. I'm trying to figure out, like, the way that I set it up, it looks stupid. So 25 for 39, that's where Jackpot's at. So anyway, getting that up. I'll have that up on the website.
Dennis comes off to me as the kind of person who'd have a set of balls in the sack hanging off the back bumper of his truck. I'm talking about his 18-wheeler truck. It'd be off the down back trailer. You have a couple sets of balls back there hanging.
We'll have to ask him about that. I don't know for sure, sir. That's a good question. Biscuit says he's a professional penis model. Yeah, there you go with that. All right, Jackpot. Let's pick the games here. There's 2 games, and where is it? So let's pick these 2 games here, Jackpot. We've got, of course, tomorrow night. The first matchup is in the Orange Bowl, Notre Dame and Penn State, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that's the first one. So let's see here. There we go. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and enter my info here, but Jackpot, I know, does this game mean a lot to you, being the kind of, you're kind of the Penn State fan here?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this one. I mean, this is the biggest game they've been in, and this is the first time they've been in the playoffs. It's the biggest game they've been in years. Man, this game, I did a video about it earlier. I mean, doesn't this feel like they're going to party like it's 1989 again?
Yeah.
I mean, it feels like your grandpa's football, kind of. But it's anything but. I mean, yeah. Penn State is really balanced on offense this year. That said, I mean, the 2, James Franklin still hadn't won the big one yet, though. I mean, but here he finds himself. No disrespect to Boise State, but I don't think that was. I don't classify that as winning the big one. I mean, I think that was expected, and they went out and handled business. The 2 big ones this year, Big Ten championship game was a big one. He failed. And then the regular season game against Ohio State, when both were undefeated, he failed in that one too. Right. So we got to break out of this. We got to break out of this vicious cycle of shitting the bed in big games for old James.
But they're getting 1.5 points, Jackpot. Are you rolling with Penn State, or are you going to go with Notre Dame?
Yeah, I think they win this game. I'm taking them on the money line. I think they win this one. Here's the thing. I mean, they're more balanced on offense. Notre Dame can do is run the football. And Penn State has an excellent run defense. They start stuffing that run, they're going to force Notre Dame to do things that Notre Dame can't do. I mean, your leading receiver is Bo Collins. Yeah, it's like 400 and something yards. For a team that's played now, this is your 15th game. That ain't a lot. That ain't a lot of yards. So I just think that Notre Dame is going to have a tough time moving the football against them. Also, if you want to look at this, you want to look at the Georgia game. Yeah, Notre Dame won, and we're all happy about it. It's a big do-wop-wop, feel-good win for the Irish. Georgia gave them a damn touchdown at the end of the first half when Gunnar Stockton fumbled the ball when he got sacked. So they set them up deep in Georgia territory there. Then they took the second half kickoff back for a touchdown. I mean, yeah, I know those were part of the game, but I mean, you clean that up and take those two away. I mean, they didn't move the ball against Georgia. They're not that good. I think Penn State beats them. I really do. Side note, is this not – I think this has to be. Is this the first matchup in the playoffs of two African-American head coaches?
I don't know, Jackpot.
I think it is.
Hey, I know I sound like I'm just silly here, but I don't really give a shit.
Well, Coach Franklin has said in one of the interview on one of those Penn State sites that it's his dream. He wants to be the first African American head coach to win a natty. To which I say, when I look at that, I mean, like, he's got to be the whitest looking black dude I've ever seen. I mean, I had to double take the first time I ever saw him in an interview or something. I didn't know if he was a white dude or a black dude, to be honest with you, until they came out and said, oh, he's African American. I said, okay, then he's African American.
Yeah, none of that. I know I sound like I'm an idiot here, but
Your turn.
I don't give a shit. I mean, whatever. But anyway, look, here's my thing. Notre Dame has
Big Marty Ross says that he's Cherokee. Who would have known?
Okay, then. So my thing with Notre Dame is that since the Northern Illinois loss, they've been lights out, Jackpot. I mean, lights out. They're just beating the shit out of people. I like the play calling that they've had. They went toe-to-toe with Georgia and beat them. And Penn State has had kind of an easy road to get to where they are. I mean, let's be honest, the Boise State game, okay. But
well, I mean, that said, I mean, Notre Dame had a home game against Indiana.
Okay. I just don't.
I mean, do we agree? I mean, that was. I mean,
yeah.
Penn State had a home game against SMU. I mean, they both played cupcakes. I mean, in the first round.
I don't think that Georgia's a cupcake. That's why I think that, in my opinion,
Georgia shot themselves in the foot.
Right. So you don't think it was anything Notre Dame did? Is that what you're telling me?
I mean, Georgia gave them 2 touchdowns.
I think that Notre Dame has enough to beat Franklin, and Franklin still hasn't won that big game yet. So I'm going to take Notre Dame -1.5. That's going to be my pick there. The next one's the Cotton Bowl, and this one's interesting because the last SEC team here in the field, where we had this whole argument. In November, there were people saying, well, the SEC should have 6-7 teams in the playoffs. Final Four's got one of them. And that's not to throw shade at anything. It's just interesting. As much as people ran their mouth about the SEC's the greatest conference in the history of time, you got one team left, and they're a 6-point dog to Ohio State. But you know what? I think Texas is going to cover. and lose. So give me the Longhorns +6.
I mean, what have you seen from Texas? Has underperformed pretty woefully. I mean, during this playoff run, they seem like this team that should just be dominant on so many levels, but they're not. I mean, their running game is eh. I mean, it looked good against Clemson. It's just Clemson run defense was shit, but
yeah,
it's okay. We're gonna fix that. I just haven't been impressed with them. And Ohio State, I mean, they've looked good, but you know what they say: you're never as good as you looked last week. So yeah. I mean, I don't know. I mean, why? I mean, everybody is on Ohio State. I mean, 90% of the money. What's your logic for thinking that Texas would cover that?
Because I think that Texas will be able to run the ball a little bit, and I think Ewers is going to. They haven't really had to depend on him much. I think he'll throw the ball a little bit, and I think they'll move that ball around, and I think they'll stay with it. The other thing is that their kicker has gotten a case of the yips here lately, and that may end up biting me in the ass, but I think they'll lose by a field goal. I really do. I think this will be the best game of the two because I think Notre Dame.
Brock Lee says Texas hasn't impressed me this year. Yeah, he's right. I mean, yeah, they are the least impressive of this bunch. So you think this game will be better than Notre Dame and Penn State?
Yeah, I think Notre Dame's going to roll.
Okay. All right.
I mean, you asked me my opinion, man. That's what I felt like. I felt like it was felt like
they're gonna get rolled. Is more like it. Rolled right out the door.
All right, so there's that. All right. Anyway, look, we want to invite people to join the program. We've made our picks. Jackpot's going with Penn State and Ohio State. I'm going the exact opposite. I'm going Notre Dame and Texas. So there you go. There's the link if you want to join us. Have at it, man. We'd love to have you this evening. We can also talk about some hoops if you want to. We got to welcome into the program Jarrett. Jarrett, I heard you got your ass kicked by somebody earlier.
No, I don't know. I was just talking to Kangaroo Black, and he got mad because I said something about, I think it was Georgia. It was a whole whatever. He got upset.
Oh, hey, look, I wanted to tell you something, Jarrett.
Go ahead.
Next time you call the Uncle Lou show or any show, if you have an opinion and you feel strongly about that opinion, don't be letting the host of the show dictate what your opinion is, like you let him do last night. If you think Mike Bobo is shit and his play calling shit, then let him know, hey, that motherfucker sucks. Don't let him paint you into a corner. And I'm not saying he's wrong. He might be right. But still, you need to stand up for your opinion. You know
yeah.
You got to think for yourself, sir. Don't let. And
by the way, what you were saying on there, that the 4th and 2 when Mike Bobo threw the ball, and you thought it was stupid. There's been other times when he should have ran the football
with a much better fucking running back. And goddamn, I mean, he had
when it came back to bite him
in Columbia.
He did it in Columbia.
He had 4 plays and didn't give him the fucking ball. God, fuck, man.
Yeah, when he was at Auburn in 2021, and they were running the ball down South Carolina's throat, and then for some reason he just decides to start throwing it around with a terrible quarterback who can't complete a forward pass, and they lose.
Yeah, and then there's the championship. I don't think Bobo was there, but there's the championship match with Alabama. We had Nick Chubbs. He couldn't do a damn thing, but we had Sony Michel, and for some reason, I guess Kirby or somebody else didn't want to use Sony Michel because he was lighting it up. But I want to get to these games.
I agree with you on the front that Bobo is a shithole. I've said forever Bobo's a shithole. And I'm sure Lou has his own opinion, and he's probably mapped something out in his head that makes Bobo look good. I don't know. But Mike Bobo's been a piece of shit for a long fucking time. And the fact that he gets to be the offensive coordinator at a juggernaut program like Georgia is proof that America is the greatest country on the face of the earth.
Yeah.
Because on no planet would I let that motherfucker coach my team ever. So the way that he fucking left South Carolina and went to Auburn, that just shows you the kind of fucking person that he is. He told Shane Beamer, did the fucking press conference as the offensive coordinator. And then, fuck you, I'm leaving in the middle of the night and not even going to tell anybody. I'm just going to fucking leave.
Yeah,
that was fucked up.
The guy is a fucking piece of shit. And I stand behind that. And that's off the field. On the field, he doesn't understand that Todd Gurley wins you fucking football games.
and Sonny Michelle.
What a fucking idiot is this guy?
Over in the comment section, Jay Shippus is talking there with Harry Legg, and they're talking about Nate Frazier only getting 6 carries in the game. Yeah, that pissed me off because I had a nice prop bet, and I would have won some money if he got 100 yards rushing. Well, he could have if they'd given him the ball. He had
I think they were scared. I think they were scared he was going to fumble, but that turned out to be Trevor Etienne Etienne, one of the Etienne boys.
At some point, you got to put some confidence in them. Hell, you guys aren't the only person that thought that was dumb that they didn't use him. You know who else thought it was dumb, Rob? Arn Anderson. Because I watched it. Yeah, I watched his podcast, the video version. I listened to it on my earbuds today while I was working, and he was talking about the game. He's like that. The true freshman, that running back, number whatever he is, number 3 or whatever. He's like, I never handed him the ball.
Only a couple times. That was about it. Not even majority of the carry. But I want to talk about the games coming up.
Georgia fan too.
Go ahead and spit out your picks there, buddy.
It's hard to say for Notre Dame and Penn State because I know Penn State has been playing. They've been playing average teams. They played really good ever since the Big Ten championship. I could see them winning, but if Franklin doesn't have a good coaching win, like how he's been struggling for those wins, those hard wins, contested wins, I could just see Notre Dame winning it. So I'll pick Notre Dame. And as for Texas, I think they're going to have too many mistakes. They're going to make too many mistakes like how they made a mistake with Arizona State, or not, ASU. I think they're going to mess up just like that. It's going to be worse with Ohio State because they're playing their best right now. They're playing at their best, and I think they haven't peaked yet until the championship round.
Well, with Texas against Arizona State, that was all on old Scattered Boo Boo. Just said he was going to take that game on his shoulders, and damn, he almost won the damn thing by his damn self. Almost, but he couldn't quite get it done. But
yeah, but they have great running backs and they have excellent wide receivers, and I think they're going to kill them in the wide receiver game. They're going to kill them with that Jeremiah Smith. And is Ibuka still there? Is he still catching the ball? Yeah, they're going to kill them with those two guys. They're going to kill them. And then once they're done with that, they're going to just run the ball on them.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of look at what Clemson did with Clemson and Cade Klubnik. I mean, he moved the ball against Texas. What did he have, Rob? Like 300 yards passing against them?
Yeah, he threw for about 3 bills. So
yeah, I mean, surely, with the wide receiver Ohio State's got, you'd think they could at least match that number against Texas. Yeah. So,
yeah,
they've actually got a defense. So,
yeah, that's true.
Don't look now, but might be a blowout.
Yeah, I think Ohio State. Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead and finish that, buddy. Go ahead.
I just think Ohio State has just been the best team ever since after they lost to Michigan. I think something in their mind something clicked after the Michigan loss.
Yeah.
They've just been lights out ever since. I think they're gonna just destroy Texas.
Yeah, you know how they wanted to fire Ryan Day after they lost to Michigan. You know what? That might turn out to be, if they win this national championship, that's probably going to be the best thing that could have happened to them.
Dude, what do you want?
Yeah, I wonder what's going to happen to Mike Vrabel. So he's not going to be the coach there. So what's he going to do? Coach for the Patriots again?
Facelift.
Somebody got to coach them.
Yeah, I think he's the best fit for the Patriots, Mike Vrabel.
Didn't they just let the coach go Sunday?
Yeah, they fired his ass. Not even a year.
Cool.
So, yeah, well, I want to, over in the chat, the Biscuit and Ohio are arguing about conference superiority again. Why don't we just say this? Okay? Let's stick on what Rob has said for a long time now. Stop sucking the dick of other teams in conference and just say, you know what? I've got a really fucking good team. Ohio State's great. Let's try that. Instead of this whole, I have to root for Michigan, even though I fucking hate Michigan because Michigan beat Alabama. It's fucking stupid.
I can't stand all this conference fighting and all this back and forth. And Herb Street said this, and Paul Feinbaum said this, and Nick Saban said this. It's fucking. It's just so. I'm over it. I can't.
I am so sick of the.
Go for your team.
We play in the SEC, and because we have an SEC sticker, you should suck our dick. Fuck you and your SEC teams. Fuck your Big Ten teams. Okay?
I can label you. Go ahead.
One fucking team. This whole shit. I mean, I could show you a whole fucking timeline of, well, God damn it, we have to support Texas now. They're the last hope for the conference. Ooh. You think Kirby Smart wouldn't cut fucking Texas's throat to gain one extra yard? You're out of your fucking mind. And the fact that you're going to be cheering for them to win, get the fuck out of here. That is bitch-made bitchness. It's exactly what it is. And it doesn't make your team any better just because you lost to them. It doesn't. Support your team and say, you know what? We need to get our shit together. We need to make sure that we don't lose to Notre Dame after we fucking mock them forever, because you Georgia fans did. And they went out on the field and looked more physical than you did. You got to fix that. Fix your team. Stop worrying about the fucking conferences. It's stupid. And I'm completely in context there, Biscuit. Completely in context.
The best conferences of this year start. First place goes to the Big Ten. Second place the SEC. The third place is Big 12, and the last place is ACC.
No, the ACC's probably the ACC was worse than the Mountain West this year, if you really want to be honest. But I don't sit here and ride conference nuts because I don't have to. I worry about my fucking team. And my team went to the playoffs this year, but they were a fucking disgrace. That's people like they we'll just talk about the SEC or the shut up and talk about your team instead of we're going to be rooting for Texas. Fuck Texas. Fuck Ewers, who's probably going to transfer.
You think he's going to go to Alabama?
It'd be funny if he transferred back to Ohio State.
Yeah,
that would be hilarious.
I don't think that's going to happen. I think he might either go to Oregon or Alabama. I think he might go to Alabama because they're going to do a trial and error on their quarterback situations. I think spring game.
I could see him going to Oregon. I could see that as a fit because Oregon seems to be one of those programs that they just take a transfer portal quarterback every year.
Hey, you can discuss whatever you want, and I can mock you for whatever I want. If you have to sit here and talk about, we finally got over on the SEC this year as the Big Ten. We finally got over on them, by God. Woo! Y'all need to worry about beating Michigan, too. So don't even come to me with your nonsense. Your coach dyes his fucking beard black and can't go out there and beat Michigan.
I'm telling you, if they win the national championship, that's going to be the best thing that ever happened to them. Remember how y'all got your butt kicked by West Virginia that time? And everybody said, 5 years later, they're looking back on it and said, that's where it all started. That was the beginning of it all.
You think so? Yeah. Well, that's
what
true.
They said. And they also said that LSU, when they beat LSU in that Peach Bowl or whatever they were calling it.
I didn't buy any of that either. I didn't buy any of that either. That's fucking fuck all that.
Man, that made me so mad. I was a store manager. I was a store manager up at Angles then.
Angles?
At Angles. And I watched the first half of that Clemson LSU game, and I can't remember. I don't think I had to work the next day. I don't think I did. But anyway, I was watching. I fell asleep on the couch watching it at halftime.
Hey, Ohio beat Michigan. Michigan beat you in your shit stadium. Go fuck yourself. Sorry. You woke up, and then what happened?
I think his screen froze.
Yeah, Jackpot's screen froze.
Looks like he had an orgasm.
Michigan still beat you in the horseshoe. You froze on that, so you went to sleep, right? That's where we lost you. Your screen froze.
No, yours froze.
No, sir. But that's all right.
No, yours froze.
Anyway, so you fell asleep. Can you tell us what from there, Jackpot? You said you fell asleep.
Yeah, I fell asleep, and I woke up just in time enough to see them on the field celebrating, and Dabo on there getting interviewed about this big fucking win. I'm like, what the hell happened here? I'm like, nah. I thought I was having a dream, nightmare, really, and turns out I wasn't.
Well, yeah, I was going to get back to the Quinn Ewers situation. I still think he could go to Bama because they don't know their quarterback situation quite yet, and I think that's what I got in a text battle with Kangaroo Black. I think that's what I was in an argument with because he said that won't never happen. That might never happen. I'm like, you sure about that? You sure Quinn Ewers might not go to Alabama? You sure Kalen DeBoer don't want him?
I don't really give a shit where he go. To me, he's not that damn good to me.
He was better with the mullet.
He's really overrated. He's really overrated, but
yeah, he is overrated. But I know Bama or Oregon would take him in a heartbeat because they would need a quarterback if the quarterback situation doesn't pan out in spring game like they hope it does for them. Oregon needs one, obviously, because they don't have recruits. So
over in the comments section, people were talking about with Biscuit and I debating. Look, we just disagree on this. I think Biscuit's a smart guy. It's just we look at it two completely different ways. But fuck the Big Ten.
They wanted to get in here and debate you, Biscuit.
You need to debate me. I'm not respectfully to Biscuit. You're not going to change my mind. I'm not going to change your mind.
He's more of a flat. One of those little flat Pillsbury biscuits that comes in a can tonight because he's tired instead of a big, large, flaky, flavorful biscuit from Bojangles, which he is when he's not tired.
Look, I respect Biscuit because at least he comes with something and he's halfway knowledgeable with what he's got, but it's silly. So anyway, I'll put the link out here. Jared, hey, appreciate it, buddy. Thanks for calling in, and we'll chat with you later on, man.
Sure thing.
All right, man. See you later.
Billy says, Chris is a trouble. What, Chris? You over there? Shut up. What are you doing over there?
Yeah.
Calm down.
Anyway, Brock says, I've hated Ingles ever since Jackpot posted that video about them. That, by the way.
Well, now that wasn't my intention.
Well, that wasn't your intention, but you put your heart out there, Jackpot. Now people say, fuck Ingles. I don't shop there anymore. Fuck them. So, anyway.
You ain't got one next to your house anyway.
We used to stop by your Ingles and see if you were there when they had the cardboard cutout of you up front. Did you get
It was
that?
it was a picture. It wasn't a cardboard cutout.
Yeah, whatever. You should have had that. That would have been pretty cool. Peckerhead, welcome to the program.
I've got one of those pictures in my closet.
I've got the one of you when you were really young and you were the assistant manager. That's the good one.
Good evening, gentlemen. How are y'all doing?
What's up, Peckerhead?
Man, I'm just relaxing, enjoying my time until we all get snowed in up here in the upstate.
Yeah,
Are you gonna
I think it's going to be snowing during that game Friday night.
I'll probably wait, what'd you say, Cal? Sorry.
It's supposed to be snowing that game. It'll be snowing Friday night. We're watching the Cotton Bowl game.
Yep. They're calling for like 6 inches.
I think if it follows the path that it's supposed to be on right now, this weather event now.
Yep. But
how do they name these winter weather events? Do they name them with like the names like they do the hurricanes, or just?
I didn't even know they had names.
Just call it weather event. I don't think they do.
Well, enough talking about the 7-tackle Clemson transfer. How could we not have brought up
nine tackles, sir? Nine tackles.
My bad.
9 tackles. If we're gonna come with facts, let's be honest. I counted them up.
Tackles.
It's 9 tackles over 2 seasons.
Hey, right, Rashul Faison. I think we need to talk about this guy for a little bit.
Yeah, write that name down.
What's that?
Write that name down.
He's the running back we just picked up, Utah State, 4th best running back in the portal. He had 198 carries, 1,100 yards, and averaged 5.6 yards per carry with 8 touchdowns. So an exciting piece to bring into that room. I'd imagine
he had some moves. He rushed for like about 200 yards against Hawaii. Now, granted, Hawaii's defense is probably awful, but still, I mean, he was on a 4-8 team, so he was the star of that team.
Yeah,
for sure.
And he's not going to come in and have to be the absolute bell cow. Attaway, I think, is a serviceable rotation piece at the very least, if not a decent starter.
I'm just quickly here. Do you feel confident going into the season with Attaway as your running back?
Well, we don't have just Attaway now. We just got the 4th best running back in the portal.
With Attaway as your starter is what I meant.
Oh, as a starter? I don't think that upsets me. See, listen, you could have said the same thing about Mike Davis when he took over the starting job. You know, you could have said the same thing about Sean Carson. I think both of those were serviceable running backs.
Sean Carson, he's underrated.
That's what I'm saying. You know, they're not going to be top. You know, Attaway's not going to get in any conversations for best running back in the country by no means. But I don't think he's a scrub. You know what I mean? Either. So
I'm just. It's a valid question. Yeah. If we come out of camp and Attaway's your starter, I mean, I would be a little bit like.
If he wins the job, I'm fine with it. Do
you think any of Lenore Sellers? I mean, he didn't look good running the football on the game against Illinois. Rob, do you think any of that had anything to do with any of the blocking he was getting from his running back?
Well,
I didn't sit there and grade film or anything, but
you can feel free to correct me on this if you want. But there was a different play caller. Shula was calling plays from the field instead of up in the booth. Not that affected the way that he ran, but maybe there was a little bit of confusion on what play they were going to do, and they're still trying to develop a rapport with each other. I mean, there's all kinds of little things, and I was talking with Tim Frisbee about it, the former Gamecock receiver, and he told me, he goes, yeah, it's a completely different thing when the guys on the field compared to up in the booth, etc. He says, yeah, it can change things, and cadence could be different. I mean, there's so many little things that could go into it. Also, you have to look at it from this perspective too. You didn't have Rocket Sanders back there. that was your best running back this season. Maybe that hindered him a little bit, but I don't think he was as fast in the Illinois game, and maybe Illinois had something to do with it, as he was in the Clemson game. In the Clemson game, motherfucker looked like Superman. And then not so much against Illinois. Maybe it's the way that Illinois played. I don't know, but I don't think the biggest fault of your offense next season is going to be Lenore's Sellers. Let's just leave it at that.
No.
Wind model says that the storm hitting you guys down there is named Cora. Okay. Thought he said Kara at first. Now, Kara, no, that's a cute name. Cora sounds like somebody's grandma.
Yeah.
Y'all see old Billy Cole yapping from the sidelines, man?
I do. I was making fun of him earlier when we first came on. We were discussing basketball. First thing out of his typing fingers was, "Hey, did you see Tennessee lose last night to Florida? They got their ass kicked." And I was commenting to Rob that the Tennessee man does this. They do the damage control thing.
First.
It was like when they got beat up by Ohio State. That was the first thing out of their mouth. Boy, we sure got our ass kicked last night. It's so that nobody else has the chance to get in there and get the satisfaction of making fun of them first.
Yeah, that's
well. I think that the Tennessee fans, the worst that they were mad at me on this show was I didn't really give them an opportunity to do that. It was a couple of seasons ago in baseball where they had their guy that hit the home run against Notre Dame, and he ran around the bases and gave everybody the finger. And then Notre Dame ended up winning the series there. So I put up, how many games did you win in your super regional? And it's that guy with the one finger. That was the show picture that night. Tennessee fans were absolutely livid.
Billy says we lost bad and made no excuses. No, they didn't make excuses, but here was every one of them, and it was some version of this. Did you see Ohio State on Saturday night? There ain't a team in the country that would have been within 3 touchdowns of that team.
Hey, they would have beat everybody in the country. That was the quote.
They'd have beat every team in the country by at least 4 touchdowns.
Yeah. And then he gets on here and yaps, like I said, from the sideline about me waiting for a transfer. Do you even have a wide receiver left, sir? Who's going to be catching balls from all $8 million?
They done ran the squirrel off. They ran the squirrel. I thought the squirrel was dyed in the wool, Tennessee.
Why can't we talk about the fact that for some reason, even when Tennessee's the number 1 team in fucking basketball, they can't go into Gainesville and win? What the fuck is? I mean, are they got like some kind of hex on them or some shit?
Are they good at
it's
anything?
The Octavian curse.
I don't know. They're
the Octavian curse.
I don't know.
But
that's why Chris from Georgia stopped fucking calling in. He's just sitting in that damn bunker of his waiting for baseball season.
Oh yeah, they had a bet where he had to like change his name, didn't they?
Huh?
What didn't they have like some bet where he had to change his name?
I don't know. I mean, I just.
I think you said
no. That was Octavian.
That was Octavian.
It was Octavian. If Georgia won the national championship, he'd have to change his YouTube handle to Georgia Owns My Ass until the season was over with next year. But unfortunately, yeah.
Yeah. Thanks a lot, Georgia.
Didn't do their part on that.
Fucking Georgia fucks everything up.
That's hilarious.
Could have had Octavian running around with Georgia Owns My Ass.
Well, I'm excited for football, like I've been saying every call in. Mike Shula, I think he's gonna. Now, here's a real question: how different do you think that offense is going to be? I know it's going to be predicated a lot more on like the read option as compared to like Dow Loggins, because that's how Shula ran his offense with Gerard and Newton. So, well, I mean, how do y'all?
To be fair, from the outside perspective. I think that Shula is a better offensive coordinator than Fred Flintstone was. I think him leaving South Carolina, you automatically get better.
Well, yeah, he got Gerard to a damn Pro Bowl. David Gerard. Y'all probably never even heard of that fucking guy.
Yeah, I know David Gerard.
Oh, do you? He was a
Yeah,
bum.
he's from East Carolina.
He's a Carolina guy.
He wasn't good though. Let's be fair. Not as an NFL quarterback.
Well, but I didn't David Gerard tune up the Gamecocks one year, Jackpot? Was it Gerard or was it?
That was Marcus Crandall.
Who was the East Carolina quarterback that scored like
the white guy? It was like
guys?
Carson.
In the fucking rain.
Carson, I think.
That was Marcus Crandall was the one from that game that we were making fun of us in '94 when they beat us like 56-42.
I was at that game. It was a fucking monsoon.
Well, do you remember the one where who was that East Carolina wide receiver set like a receptions record against us? What?
Yeah, it was Zay Flowers.
Yeah, but who's the quarterback? It was like
Carson. Flowers played for Boston College.
Shane Carson, I think.
No, it was it was like Zay Carson or Cardi or something. I think that was Cardi.
Zay Flowers caught like 20 balls against South Carolina, and they still lost.
Yeah,
which was kind of funny.
Who did?
Zay Flowers.
Zay Flowers. I think it was
Zay Flowers played for Boston College.
No, it was Zay. Hold on, I gotta look it up now.
I'm Valley.
I know, buddy.
For Valley.
I know, buddy.
So is Jaden.
Yeah, I'm looking it up right now.
So is Jaden.
When I went to that East Carolina game, what was that? 2021 when we played up there in Beamer's first road game. The damn
was it 2020?
East Carolina ran some damn.
It was Zay Jones.
Oh.
Zay Jones. I don't know.
Them gadget play where they pitched the ball out to the wide receiver, and he just threw a fucking rope down the right sideline to the other wide receiver, and they took it to the house for like a 75-yard touchdown. Man,
I watched that game.
Like, oh, are you fucking kidding me?
I watched that game on a plane to Yellowstone, Kale.
Oh Lord,
yeah, and it was an absolute freaking nail biter. Could you imagine that would have ruined the whole damn vacation if we lost to East Carolina? But
I remember, like, I was at that game in Columbia where it was a monsoon and East Carolina won.
I think that was 1992.
I'm looking it up right now. I think it was. I don't think I was in high school yet, but I'm looking at it right now. Let's see here. Yeah, so they won in 99, 21-3. Yeah, 56-42 in 1994.
Yeah.
And then they won 31-20 in Greenville in 91, and in 92 they won 20-18. I'm trying to see who that quarterback was for that game because
the monsoon.
In the monsoon game because they scored all those points, but it was literally one of the craziest rainy games ever. It was stupid.
Get you out old media guide and find that out.
I've got it, but I've got it somewhere.
You remember?
But anyway,
speaking of rainy games, just while we're on the Gamecock nostalgia, you remember Elliott Fry nailing a 57-yarder in a freaking thunderstorm at Vandy to keep the record alive?
Yep.
I do remember that. Yeah.
That was Coach Boone's first game.
That was his first game?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Was.
First game. It was first conference game, right?
Yeah, probably.
That was his first game, period, at Carolina.
Oh, wow.
2016, yeah.
Yeah. Kale, you got to write a book about Carolina football someday.
We could use an Elliott Fry. We could have used one this year.
Well, that too. But like I said, Max Kelly's coming in. This guy's going to be good. The bigger replacement we need to worry about is Kai Kroger. Punters, I don't know what Love has. I mean, we haven't seen him on either side, kicking or punting. So,
I mean, I saw him warming up at Vanderbilt. He was out there warming up. He was hanging some, man.
He was ripping them.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's what I like to hear. Which Rob, y'all got to be aren't y'all losing that fucking office worker kicker y'all had this year? Finally, didn't he come back for another year?
We no, that was Jackpot's favorite player.
Oh, fuck that guy. No, this other guy should just be a freshman, isn't he? Or maybe.
Yeah, Hauser.
Yeah.
Hauser was Hauser was a freshman this year, so he'll be, he played pretty good this year, to be honest with you. They just had issues with blocks. Maybe some of that was on him too, but I don't know.
You remember when the gun can hit 70-yarders talk a couple years ago?
See, that's dum-dums running their damn mouths.
Yeah.
Fireball says, damn, East Carolina beat USC that many times. Let me do it in true Vol-man fashion here. There's not a team in the country that would have been able to hang with East Carolina those years.
They would have been 3 touchdown favorites at
They'd have
least.
been 3 touchdown favorites against anybody.
At least.
They'd have run Miami off the field.
Mm-hmm. Listen, it's sad. They claim they make no excuses.
They'd have run Nebraska out of the house.
Let's put that into perspective for a second. South Carolina's played East Carolina 20 times, and they've won 5 games out of 20. Yeah. So that's not. I mean, they've had some seasons.
East Carolina used to be really good at football back when they were in the Metro Conference.
Metro Conference.
They used to be really good.
There was no Metro Conference. What are you talking about?
No, there was a Metro Conference.
No, it was the Conference USA.
No, but before it was the Conference USA, I think it was the Metro, wasn't it?
The Big East.
Hold up.
They were in the Big East.
Yeah,
Metro was a basketball conference. Carolina was in the Metro.
Yeah, I'm probably wrong. I'm a yield to the college football.
Hold on,
expert.
just for a second. So, in 20 meetings, East Carolina won 5 games against South Carolina. But in the last 20 meetings with Tennessee, South Carolina has 6, 7, 8, 9 wins? You do the math. That's the last 20 years. You have 9 wins, or South Carolina has 9 wins against you, but East Carolina has 5 out of 20. So we just look at 20-year margins. Can you believe South Carolina won that many games against you? Can we use that argument there with you too, sir?
Rob, I've shown in 4K HD that the Tennessee man can't look at a 20-year window. They have to go all the way back to 1830 when 45-year-old plumbers were playing out there before penicillin was invented. You got a cut, you're probably going to die. That's what they go to. They don't want to pull a 20-year window. So
Tiger Red Devil said South Carolina was in the Metro, right? Yes, the Metro was a hell of a damn conference.
I'm saying the Metro was
for basketball.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
You talking about the Gamecocks, Memphis, Virginia Tech, Louisville,
Florida
Cincinnati, Florida State, Southern Miss, and Tulane.
There's a video on YouTube you guys would like. It's actually about the Metro Conference. They wanted to expand and be the first super conference, believe it or not. And it was going to be, I think they wanted like 90-something teams.
Yeah, I seen something about that. Yeah, they wanted to have football and everything in there, but yeah.
And ECU was in it. ECU ended up, they had a better football team around the time when that league was being put together, but they got left out of everybody.
East Carolina, didn't Jeff Blake play there?
Yeah.
East Carolina, yeah. So Jeff Blake, they had they had some good quarterbacks that rolled through there. I mean, they had some good players. So,
hey, Matt Shaw, just look up.
Here's the other thing. At least South Carolina would schedule East Carolina. A lot of these teams, like we could talk about the Florida Gators, wouldn't schedule a team like East Carolina because, to be honest, they were chicken shit. And that's the truth. There was a whole section of time where teams like East Carolina, NC State, teams like that didn't get scheduled by a lot of these bigger programs simply because they were pussies. And I'll stand by that.
Hey, the video I saw, Matt Shaw wanted it's not a documentary, but there's a video. It actually stars East Carolina, funny enough, we were talking about them, but it goes over that Metro Conference. Just look up the football team. And
I'll put it in the comments. Next year, Jackpot was talking about it earlier. Like, they don't. What are they going to do at wide receiver? Like, who the hell is Nico going to throw the ball to? Is he going to throw passes to himself? What the hell's going on?
Well,
up there?
I mean, from what we've been told, he's good enough to. I mean, it shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah.
Who's that? Who you
Players
talking
on
about?
wide receiver. Well, to be fair, now we played East Carolina a bunch. South Carolina was an independent during a lot of that time, so I mean they kind of had to schedule teams like that. I was on a YouTube rabbit hole not too awful long ago, and I found a Tennessee Vols game from 1995 when they played East Carolina when Peyton Manning was there.
I'll bet Wayne and
With
Billy
big old
Cole
forehead.
and Billy Cole over there a 6-pack of beer that Tennessee won't finish in the top 5 in passing in the conference next year.
That's
you guys
not
want to
bad.
take that bet or not?
Yeah, that's you
Will
probably
not
you
finish
probably
in the top 5 in passing. In
you're probably
passing,
drinking you a 6-pack come next January if they
asking,
take
you guys
one.
want to take that bet or not? Are y'all just gonna sit up there and?
No, you know what they're going to do? They're gonna type in their security code and pay their dues to their average quarterback. That's all they can do. They can't do anything else.
That's a fair bet. I don't think they'll finish in the top 5 in passing next
Well,
year.
let's see. Let's run through. I think
Wayne says he'll take it. Fair.
I think
All right.
Lagway would. I think Lagway will have better
I
yards.
want Billy to open up that wallet and
No,
the
he's
flies
not.
fly out of it. And he has to send me a damn 6-pack.
I think
There you
Lagway has more yards. I think Nussmeier has more yards. Believe it or not, I think I was about to say Joe Milton. Jalen Mildew has more yards. Sellers, I'm on the.
Milrose not there. He went to the NFL.
Mildew's going to the NFL.
Oh, I
my
thought he
boy.
came back.
No.
Nah, he's gone, bro.
What the hell? He's fucking terrible. What the hell is he going to the league for?
He'll get drafted.
Shit, by who?
Whoever drafted Anthony Richardson.
If he gets drafted, whatever team drafts him, that GM's going to be the first one to get fucking fired. I promise you that.
The Patriots could use some help fucking up the number 1 pick next year.
What was it?
That's a fresh wound,
Uncle
Rob.
Lou said about him. He said he'll look great in the underwear Olympics, which is what they call the combine.
Are we sure he'll even look great there? I mean, he's not. I mean, come on.
Just for fun here, because they don't realize that what they've gotten themselves into. In passing yards this season for the SEC, Tennessee finished 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You finished 11th in the conference.
Well, let's go over who you think is going to be the round out that top 5.
I don't know, like 10 of them.
They had to be. They were probably first in running though, rushing
yeah,
ball
Samson.
though, weren't they?
Samson.
I didn't bet on the rushing part. I bet on the passing. They were the number 1 rushing team, but as far as passing goes, they finished 11th. So, yeah.
And that's with padding all them stats against fucking Mercer, a terrible NC State. Who else did they play or anything? I don't even remember the other team.
They didn't play Mercer. They played the Snake.
It was Chattanooga. I thought they played Mercer too.
State.
Don't be bad mouthing the Snake here now. Come on now.
The Snake and UTEP.
The Snake and UTEP. My bad.
Billy, you
That
were
sounds
first
like
in rushing, sir. I didn't bet
sounds
you
like
on
a-
rushing.
One of those B-left
Your
movies,
coach-
don't it? The Snake and
Your
UTEP.
coach had to revamp the program because the $8 million they spent on the quarterback, the motherfucker needs some Blue Chew to fix that fucking boner. Because he ain't played worth a shit. He had to redo everything and run the ball because he didn't have the ability to be the great passer that fucking.
Yeah. Was he even a good runner this year?
Who?
Nico is
No.
like. I don't.
Did he do anything good?
Yeah, hand the ball off to Dylan Sampson. He did that.
Hand the ball and
really
check it
well.
down to Dylan Sampson.
Yeah, he did that really good.
Well, y'all are thinking he's going to be a top 5 passer next year. He's got to move up 6 spots. I don't see that happening.
And these are the people who come at us. All right, from the sidelines. Keep in mind, they'll never show their face when they'll They're like cockroaches when you fucking pull up a rock.
I look, at least Billy and Wayne took the bet. And by God, I'll ship them the beer. I don't give a shit if they finish in the top 5 after the end of the regular season. I'll send it to them, but I don't think they're going to do it.
You ought to. Can you even ship beer?
Yeah, you can ship beer.
I didn't know you could personally ship beer. I know you could buy it. Figured they stop you with the glass
either
bottle.
that or I'll send them a damn PayPal with however much it is for their favorite.
Because I wanted to see if you could, because I've wanted to try Dixie beer before, and I've never had a Dixie beer because I've never been anywhere where they sold it. And I looked on Amazon to try to buy some Dixie beer, and it wasn't available.
Billy took it, and he said he would do it. So that's fine.
Wasn't available for shipping.
I bet Billy drinks Zima. I'll have to send him some Zima.
I've never even heard of Zima.
They don't make that anymore, do they?
Yeah, they do.
You hadn't heard of Zima?
No, I've never heard of Zima.
He's a youngin', and I'm not mocking you. He's just a youngin'.
Rob, do you remember when they had the Zima Gold?
Yeah, I do. Zima is what chicks drink. There, Peckerhead.
Yes, that was the 1990s.
Is it a wine cooler?
No, it's like I don't know what it is, to be honest with you, but the girls would get it and they would put grenadine in it. And then they would shake it up a little bit and then they would drink that. I was like, that's probably what Billy drinks.
It was the 1990s version of White Claw.
Yeah.
I think Billy's more of a honeydew melon lemon drop kind of guy.
Let's give Mike credit. Alcoholic Sprite. That's exactly what it is.
That's what it was. So that sounds like a wine cooler. It sounds like a Smirnoff.
Billy drinks
clear beer.
You want to
I'm
answer
not
that?
even going to address folks in the sideline, man. I mean,
you remember the Red Dog beer?
Go pay your talent tax, man. Go get you a nice hard peppermint and suck on that for a little bit.
You remember the Red Dog beer from the 90s?
Shell out every single dime you own.
Red Dog. It was some strong. It was like a strong lager. It was kind of like an Ice House or something. Red Dog. There also was a Red Wolf at one time too.
So when we took the Comrade to the Clemson game, Dennis and I did. When we took the Comrade up there, when Debo Samuel's last game, where he just kind of wiped his ass with us. No, Comrade got fucking like I want to say it was either King Cobra or like two big tall boys of Ice House to drink. That's what he got from the grocery store.
Ugh.
I'm like, what the fuck are you stuck in 1992? What the hell's wrong with you, Comrade? So yeah,
I remember when Ice House first came out. I don't think I was old enough to drink then, but we did anyway. And we thought it was just like the best fucking thing ever. Ice House, boy, Ice House. Now that is like the cheapest shitty beer. Nobody drinks it.
Yeah.
I mean, it just kind of sits there on the shelf and goes out of date. I never seen anybody buy an Ice House in the store anymore.
No, I've seen the worst I've seen it.
We got this marked down here. Billy and Wayne bet me a 6-pack of beer. That
top 5. He's not finishing top 5.
In the top 5 in passing in the conference. If not,
before this goes, you need to stipulate. Are we talking just yards, right? Because they might try and pull some QBR bullshit or touchdown bullshit.
The top 5 in passing yards in the conference. A top 5 SEC passing offense. I'm not worried about Billy. Billy will be all right. I don't know Wayne enough, but I figured.
Who the hell is he throwing the ball to?
Himself. They already told you. That's what Jackpot said. He's going to throw the ball to himself.
Is Samson still going? Is Samson going too?
No, he's going pro.
He's going pro.
Yeah.
So that nobody's coming back on offense, is what you're telling me. Nobody worth a shit.
Yeah. Well, it's a gentleman's wager. It's a 6-pack of beer at my expense, or I'll sit here and drink the 6-pack of beer as I laugh at you when you finish 10th or 11th next year. It'll be great. In fact, if I win both of them, I will ship one of them to old Peckerhead. That way he can enjoy some beer too.
Hey, make it a Peroni, and I'll love you forever. Make it a 6-pack of Peroni.
Yeah, well, we'll see. I may send Billy some Zima just for effect. See if he'll actually drink it. Billy probably knows. Billy probably gets that damn. He's probably got the damn grenadine in the damn cabinet. He knows. Billy knows about that Zima.
Billy's probably around on that Carling's Black Label beer. That shit in the orange can with the black label on it. It's like this old school beer. That's probably what he was drinking on. Falstaff.
Billy probably drinks that damn $36 a 6-pack beer of, this is some fine
shitty IPA.
That's
some shitty IPA with like an alien.
That Tennessee, Colt 45. That Tennessee beer that I got in wherever it was near Nashville, the Tennessee Vol Lager. That shit was actually pretty good. I'll have to give them credit for that.
Well, it can't be as good as the Clemson potato chips that I see in the fucking store every time I go out. The NIL potato chips. Y'all took Missouri's model. Y'all got NIL potato chips now.
Fireball says, "Isn't Matthews from South Carolina?"
Who's Matthews? Cliff Matthews?
Kid that plays for Tennessee, wide receiver. I think so.
Their punter, I played against in high school. Who was the real skinny fucking guy they had? I can't remember his name. Billy would know. But he was ass in high school. We beat him by fucking 50. Needless to say, he got a lot of tape in on that game. Put it that way. He got a whole lot of tape in on that game. But I digress. Go Gamecocks is getting a little late.
Your basketball team looked like shit tonight. You didn't mention that at all. At least take your medicine on that.
Hey, I've told you when we lost to that fucking, what was it, Florida Gulf Coast?
North Florida, sir.
North Florida. I told you we were going to be shitty then. So my expectations went to the floor after that.
Yeah, you might want to take that quarter zip and just keep on going.
Yeah, keep on zipping it up. Yep.
Wayne, respectfully, that's not my birthday's May 30th, son. That's not how we do it.
We had like our once every 10-year really good basketball run last year. So now it's run out again.
Yeah. That's the Frank Martin special, just comes up out of fucking nowhere. Has a special run. It was not quite as special as Frank Martin, but you know what I mean. It is the Frank Martin special. The thing is,
the regular season was
losing Mechie Johnson was such a hit.
It was, and it brought a smile to my boyish face. Probably about 3 weeks ago, seeing his team play in Auburn on national TV here in front of God and everybody, and getting the absolute shit kicked out of them.
And I'll never forgive Cousinard. He's a piece of shit too. All right. Cousinard, go fuck yourself.
Cousinard gave you the reach around because he then beat you with another team.
That's what I'm saying.
Cousinard, he left. He didn't. He left. He hit the door when Frank hit the door, didn't he?
Yeah. But as far as leaving a hole in the team, I definitely say Mechie leaving was a bigger loss than Cousinard. It's just Cousinard came back to give you the fucking reach around and right hook in the round one of March. So.
All right,
we just don't have a dominant big down low. We never do. I mean,
well, we haven't had one since Chris Silva. We had that fucking white guy. Who was that white guy we had? The Croatian.
Verdon't or something.
It was like the last big Frank Martin had.
Vachunas or what?
Vachunas or something. Yeah,
something like that.
Yeah, I think he's the last big we've had that was worth the shit.
I want to move on here really quick. Not that we can't.
We need somebody like that Sasquatch guy that played for Gonzaga that year that we.
That beard, the fucking we do.
Tony Kitchens. You remember Tony Kitchens, right? Jackpot.
What's that?
Remember Tony Kitchens?
I remember the name.
Tony Kitchens was 7'4". He was the 7 ++ guy from North Augusta that went to South Carolina. Was like the South Carolina Player of the Year Every fucking body wanted him, right? He goes to South Carolina to play for Dave Odom, and the only thing that could stop him was the McDonald's. This motherfucker ate, and Odom said it. He's eating his way out of the starting lineup. I'm surprised you don't remember that, Jackpot.
Nah.
He was a legit 7-foot badass, but he couldn't stay out of the fucking McDonald's and was never in playing shape, so he's always hurt. And
Was it
Sounds
just
like a-
McDonald's, or he didn't ever hit up the churches or the Bojangles or the?
I don't know, but
Nothing
I
that
know
was just McDonald's.
Waffle House.
Dave Odom said after practice one day, it was one of the. He said, "Hey, that when they asked about his condition, and he goes, well, he can't get out of McDonald's."
That's tremendous.
That is funny. And the thing is, well, I am slightly excited about the Gamecocks basketball because I don't know if y'all know this next year. Eli Ellis coming in. This dude is good. I'm telling you, he is gonna be an elite point guard for us. He's coming in next year though. So
Yeah.
hopefully we can hold on to
talk
him.
about that, but it's getting late, and I want to pick these NFL games really quick. Jackpot. Chargers and Texans. Chargers are a 3-point favorite. Who you got, Jackpot?
Where are they playing at?
At Texas, at Houston.
That's Jim Harbaugh's team, isn't it?
Yep.
And he's already in the playoffs.
Yep. Got Justin Herbert back there looking like a beast.
Connor Stallion's helping him
Hey,
out.
keep in mind he beat an absolute stout Patriots team 40-7 just 2 weeks
Let's
ago.
go with the Bolts.
That's what I was thinking too.
At the Bolts -3. The next one is Steelers at Ravens.
Ravens. I don't even care what the line is.
Ravens are a 9.5-point favorite at home, Jackpot.
Yeah, give me Ravens.
Yeah, they're
It's cut 17 with the Browns, so
pretty tough.
all right. Well, I would hope the Steelers could get within the 9. I'll probably take the Ravens too. Then Sunday, you've got Broncos at Bills. Bills are an 8.5-point favorite.
Bills.
Buffalo's going to mouth pump them.
Is their new
America's
stadium
team-
ready yet, or is this the last year of the stadium they're in?
I don't know. That's a good question, Jackpot.
I know they built a new stadium, or they're in the process.
Who, the
Yeah,
Raiders?
No, the Bills.
Then, I said on my show that a long time ago that we should just give the Bills to Canada as a goodwill gift. Because who the fuck wants to go up there and watch a game?
A good Bill gift.
Yeah, we'll just give the Bills to Canada.
They need a dome. Yeah, they need a
All right.
dome.
Well, they didn't build one. I watched a YouTube video on that too. They said they didn't build a dome stadium there or a retractable roof or anything like that because they said it would kill everything that was special about Buffalo.
Wow.
Fuck.
I guess a foot of fucking snow is what.
Give me Buffalo -8.5. Packers at Eagles. America's team is a 4.5-point dog on the road. I think the Packers win outright.
Versus the Eagles? Well, is Hurts playing?
I don't give a shit.
You know who carried the ball 6 times for 15 yards this year for the Packers?
Who's that?
Oh,
Marshawn
Lloyd.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, he did. He did get some time there.
Hey,
He's out hurt though.
uh,
I know that's surprising to you.
Torn
yeah,
vagina.
right. Y'all know Turbo Mills, old Dante Miller's still in the league too, right?
Well, Jaheim Bell plays for your Patriots.
Mm-hmm.
2 catches this year for 20 yards.
That's
The
respectable for a
The next
7th
matchup
round pick.
is the Commandos at
Respect.
Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay is a 3-point favorite at home. I think that rookie goes in there and gets some Jackpot.
All right,
Dude, give me Baker.
All right, and then Monday, Monday night matchup is Vikings at Rams. How does it feel to be the Vikings where they were playing Sunday night for the number 1 seed and a week off to fuck you, go play the Rams? Minnesota's a 1-point favorite. Give me the Rams all day long.
Yeah, sure.
I'm going Vikings.
All right. And finally, Jackpot, people want to know, are you going to stream a playoff game? Yes or no?
Nah.
Didn't think so.
Nah, I'm just going to watch them. Yeah, I was watching, talking about YouTube rabbit holes again. I was watching where these two guys went out doing some urban exploring, and they explored the Chargers, like the Chargers facilities in San Diego, like where the practice field was and the office buildings and all that. I guess it closed down. I guess they moved back in 2017. It doesn't seem like it's been that long, but I guess they did. And they were, kind of filming everything around there. And like the bolt or whatever has been taken off everything. And, all the lettering and everything was taken down off the office building. There's nothing there. Where they were trying to find any semblance of the bolt left, but all that was left was pretty much like they call them label scars on the building, where everything's like faded, but the lettering or whatever, and the sun's faded around that. But like when they went inside, they actually got inside part of it, and like in the shitters, there were still some bolts painted on the doors of the stalls of the shitters. He said they couldn't take them off. But yeah, like that's weird. Like that seems that franchise should be in San Diego, not LA. It just doesn't feel right to me.
Hey, address this craziness from Billy Cole in the comments, Kale.
What is he saying?
I think it slipped under your damn nose.
Wasn't Marshawn Lloyd another ex-Heisman candidate that left South Carolina? Yes, he did. Yes,
he did leave South Carolina. When he was an
ex-Heisman? When was he a Heisman candidate? That's more so what I'm wondering.
You know who was a Heisman candidate that didn't win? Peyton Manning. The only thing he did was drop his nuts on some poor woman. There you go.
He didn't win anything, did he? He didn't win the chip. He didn't win the Heisman.
Yeah, he had to leave there for T. Martin to take his leftovers and win.
Yeah, he didn't win. He didn't win anything. He had to set it all up for everybody. But
you want to know the crazy thing? The Vol fans that say that woman lied about him teabagging that poor woman. You know where that woman works, right? She's a doctor on campus at Tennessee. Just for the record.
There's Vol fans that said that she lied.
Oh yeah, there's no way Peyton Manning did
that. Those are probably also the ones who will tell you that Ohio State would have beat anybody in the country by 21 that night.
They'll defend Peyton Manning to the end of time, but that poor woman had to deal with
probably the same ones that'll tell you Nico's going to throw himself a touchdown.
Yep. Hey, this hasn't been addressed yet either, because we've been glancing on the Nico topic. How many of these, Billy included, how many of these schmucks said Nico was going to get Heisman looks this past season?
Billy
it was more than 50%.
And I'm pretty sure Billy did, Rob. I can't go back and read the live chats, but I'm pretty sure Billy was amongst the
I
group.
don't think that Billy did that, but there were a lot of Tennessee fans.
Yeah, Billy's not real delusional.
Regardless, that's not important to the point. There were a large majority of people who thought this guy was going to get serious Heisman, and you could say that, I guess, for Oklahoma fans with Jackson Arnold too. So it's not just for them.
Where the Tennessee fans that bought the Lays, the Hawaiian Lays for him. They paid
I'm still old enough to remember when
you see Fireball saying nobody said that. Or what are we talking about here? Nobody said that. Okay. All right.
Really?
Live your delusional wonderland.
Do you remember when Jackson Arnold had hype going into 2024?
He's talking about Nico.
No, I'm talking about Jackson Arnold now. He had hype.
Yeah, well, Arnold did. Yeah. That's why I'm saying it's not, not singling them out. There's other teams that do it. I just think it's hilarious. And I hope we're not the ones with Lenoris next year with the people beating the Heisman drum on him. So
he looked like shit against South Carolina.
Who's that, Arnold? Yeah, he looked terrible.
He was shitting a wad down the back of his legs
That's
there.
the game that ended his Oklahoma career.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, he got benched, 3 drives in after.
I think he got benched 2 different times in that game, in one game.
Hold on, I want to get out of here, but I have to show this because for the people who say that, there were no Tennessee fans saying that, a simple search on X shows this. Josh Pate says Nico is a Heisman contender and could be the best quarterback in the conference. That was on September the 4th of 2024.
That was after one game, right? Was that after a game against the Snake, maybe?
That was, I mean, they're all talking about it.
On
September 7th.
Look at that. Okay.
Always Talking Ball podcast. Good heavens, Nico. Tennessee's just working NC State. Tennessee is a problem, and Nico is a Heisman frontrunner. Do I need to go on, sir? Do I need to go on with how fucking whitewashed y'all were with that shit?
Yeah, no, because all they're saying now is he's not a Tennessee fan. That's what they're saying now. As if they weren't echoing the same fucking thing. Yeah.
Fucking, I'm sure I could go to Sports Talk J and the Talking Balls podcast and find their fucking Heisman shit.
I'm going to do it right now.
It's all right there. Volology said on September the 1st. That's not a Vol fan, though. They just have the name Volology because they want to look like a queer. Tennessee quarterback Nico Iamaleava will win the Heisman during this time on Rocky Top. Saying that shit on September 1st. Get the fuck out of here.
Jesus.
You Tennessee fans are great. That's a simple search, sir. Simple search.
That's
anyway,
the craziest thing.
Jackpot's got to get up at 3:00 in the morning, so we kind of need to wrap it up.
Good night, gentlemen.
Go
Gamecock. Yep, go Gamecocks. Quarter zip all the way up and hide your fucking face, Lamont Paris, until you start delivering some fucking results.
That's fair. Still battling the flu, Jackpot. Ugh.
Well, beat it on out of here. Got to get over it.
All right, appreciate you guys. We'll see you later on.
We'll see you.